Good morning, Shannon. And we're starting to hear now from some of the pilots who have been out on these rescue missions for the last few days that we've been seeing video of, saving hundreds and thousands of different people in different neighborhoods. Something really interesting, though, to think about, a lot of these pilots are coming from places outside of Texas. They're not necessarily familiar with the lay of the land, and some of the aircraft that they are flying, including some of the Hueys that have been used, are older, don't necessarily have all the newer maps. I talked to somebody this morning who said that he was in an area unfamiliar with it and was able to use Google Maps on his iPhone to try to locate somebody, and then he saved them, and that survivor is now going to be okay. One of the newer aircrafts, though, a Black Hawk, is still being used by the Air Marine operations at CBP, and they're about to start, because we're now a few days after the storm, taking the rescue equipment out. The mission is changing, so the rescue basket is going to come out. Some of the rope like this is going to come out. Harnesses are going to come out, and they're going to start using these Black Hawks for more of a quick reaction force so that they can go into these neighborhoods now where law enforcement can't necessarily access every single street. Certain shopping centers might be isolated, and they can help law enforcement from the air make sure that things are orderly, that there's no looting. And I want to talk now to Air Interdiction Agent Matt Noble. Matt, a lot of the pilots that have been saving so many lives are normally with Air Marine operations patrolling the border. How much different is this, the Harvey response, to a normal day in South Texas or Arizona?
Well, Air Marine operations responds to every natural disaster. This one we train for natural disasters such as this all year long. We're used to changing how we fly, what we fly, where we fly all the time. I'd say with Harvey, though, the amount of people that we've rescued is the biggest challenge. And then right away, the weather. The weather when we first came in was very minimal. Pilots were operating. The crew coordination was a really big factor at that time for the safety of the actual success of the mission. But we were able to get into Houston when the weather wasn't as ideal, we'll put it that way, and rescue people in tremendous amounts of numbers, either by putting a bunch of people in the aircraft or using our hoist capability where we're putting people down on the ground. We had swiftwater swimmers on board, putting them on the ground and able to get in the water and rescue people and families. And
you had said there were swiftwater swimmers before, but that's going to shift maybe now to somebody with a long gun hanging out to show force in neighborhoods where people might not be seeing a lot of police.
Yeah,
right now,
the
right?
swiftwater swimmers were with Borstar. They were actually Border Patrol agents, but now it's going more to an Air Marine operations mission, where we're going to have our aviation enforcement agents in the back. We have our air interdiction agents, pilots in the front, and they're going to be taking calls as needed and responding to these communities that essentially have been abandoned, where there's minimal amount of law enforcement. These helicopters can stay aloft for up to 4 hours with our additional fuel. We can respond quickly. We have guys sitting around right now ready to go, and we can get on top of a target if someone was going to be looted fast. And if we have to land and put people in, respond to those looters, we can do that.
All right, Matt Noble, thank you very much. Shannon, we're going to be up in one of these helicopters a little later on to get a lay of the land, so we'll be back to you with that in a little bit.
Totally different perspective from up there. All right, Peter Ducey, thank you very much.